got some special folks in the studio. Now, a lot of times I'm in here by myself, talking to you guys, looking like a crazy person. So now I have to be on my P's and Q's. We have GLEN Shelton and some other fine folks here. If y'all want to introduce yourselves today.
Stephen Blevins, play guitar for Glenn.
All right, and then you've got your...
This is Teresa Elliott. She does our photography and our video.
Yeah, so make me look good, okay? Please promise to give me some Facebook angles. That's my favorite. Well, Glenn, thank you so much for joining us here in our New South Metal Studios in WAKG. How you doing this morning?
Doing great, and thank you so much, Ginyah, for having us here.
Yeah, we appreciate it. And when I first heard about you, first the single, and listened to it, I was like, this is really good stuff. I love the positivity of it. I love just the vibe. And, a lot of songs that come out, have a similar tone. There's some folks that have a similar message, but you have something different about you. And then something else cool, you're kind of tied to the community. So if you want to let folks know, you are no stranger to this area.
Yes. My mother's from Hurt, my father's from Gretna, my grandmother's from Gatewood, and so we're spread all over the place, my family roots in Pittsylvania County.
Yeah, you got them all over the county.
Yes.
Yeah, so if they're listening this morning, hello, good morning. Thank you for bringing Glenn to the radio station and country music. So, Glenn, what kind of got you into country? Have you always been a singer, songwriter? Have you always been drawn to country, the genre? What kind of sparked that for you?
It's always been country, regardless of whether I'm singing a gospel song or a pop song, it's always country because I'm country.
Right.
So,
you're going to have that twang. You're going to
yes.
have that kind of attitude behind it too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I just love country music. It's just in my DNA, I believe.
Absolutely. Well, when we play this song, which we will in a few, folks can tell. I mean, you can tell when someone really believes it and feels what they're singing, and it's just not words on a page like some other artists do. So we appreciate that song for sure. How long have you been doing the whole country music gig?
Well, for over 20 years, seriously.
Wow,
yes.
awesome.
Yes. So we just got a great break here over the last year. Something we've been looking for about the last 20 years, and it finally happened.
Awesome. That's wonderful. Now, I know the 2020, did that really affect you with the pandemic and everything?
That really got me thinking that, if something's going to happen, it needs to happen pretty soon.
Right.
And it gave me time to write some songs. And actually our first release, which was last year, called Writing You a Love Song, I wrote that song in 2020.
Wow. Okay.
When we were kind of shut down for a while.
Yeah. And, so the whole premise of that is just kind of, that gave you some inspiration for that single?
Well, I just wrote a love song to my wife.
Oh, okay.
I was just kind of writing different songs, and then Bruce Allen from Jordache Records heard the song, and the rest is history, and we released that last year, and then we released this one in April, and so.
Yeah. Oh, well, talk about getting some brownie points. While everybody else is freaking out about masks and vaccines, you're like making your wife a love song. So that's pretty incredible, Glenn.
Yes. So the COVID situation for me, of course, it was a bad situation for everybody, but it did allow me a chance to kind of reflect on music and write some, and then just this great opportunity with Jordache Records and working with Bruce Allen, who has been just terrific.
Yeah.
Couldn't ask for a better person to work with.
Yeah, and I think when you have a good support team, you've got some wonderful folks with you here today, it just really helps everything go a lot smoother. I know it could be very hectic in Music City, so getting the word out, the song out, getting on the charts, and worrying about your position on the charts too. So when you have that foundation, I'm sure that gives you a level of comfort.
Absolutely, and having a great musician and band manager in Stephen Blevins, he's unreplaceable.
Yeah, and you've been in the game for quite some time too.
Been doing it a couple of days.
Yeah. You might know how to pick a little bit, right? Well, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and play your single, I'm All In, so folks can kind of jam along to it, tap the toes, dance in the cubicle if they want to, and then come back and maybe have a little acoustic action, a little treat for folks, all right?
Sounds good.
All right, we're speaking with GLEN Shelton, Danville native, Pittsylvania County native here in the WAKG New South Metal Studios. Here is his single. It's currently on the charts. It's called I'm All In. WAKG, good morning. Making us a part of your routine today, and we are so excited to have you join us on our WAKG playlist. It's a really great single.
Great to be here, and thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem. And you live in the Lynchburg area from that, but you have roots here. We talked about earlier, Pittsylvania County, Danville area. So you are a familiar guy. So someone listening is like, that's old Glenn.
Yes,
so
that's
I'm sure someone out there.
Lots of Shelton family out there.
So I'm sure it's kind of, this area is infamous for being, you can't get by with a lot because somebody's going to know somebody who's going to know something.
Yes, and my mother is an Herbie, so there's lots of Herbies out there too in Pennsylvania County.
Yeah, so you have tons of connections.
Yes.
So hopefully they're tuning in this morning and showing some support. I'm sure they are. Thank you so much again for being here. So you're on the road. You're doing the whole tour thing. I know things halted a little bit with the pandemic like everything else in the country. How is it hitting the road again?
Oh, it's great. It's great to be back in music, and we have something even bigger now with 2 national releases.
Right, absolutely.
So the post-COVID music has been great for me, and even better than normal with all of the radio attention and the record label and all that. So
it's funny how all that works out. Maybe it was something like that lull kind of sparked something in your career, because I know you've been working hard at it for quite some time, and then here you are with releases to country radio now.
Yes, I do believe that there's something to be said for what you just said about that. It allowed me time to reflect. It allowed me to write some songs, and here we are, and I'm living the dream, and I just hope, Lord willing, it keeps going.
Absolutely, absolutely. So have you been working any more studio projects here?
Yes.
Okay.
We just went to Nashville again last month and cut 4 new songs.
Wow.
And most likely one of those songs will be our next release coming up this fall.
Okay.
And we felt like we had a really good session with a lot of great session guys. And we just completed our album. We have a 12-song brand new album that'll be coming out this fall as well.
Excellent. So that'll be available on all the platforms if folks are listening and want to scoop that up.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. And I want to commend you. This is really cool. I found out on your Facebook, because, we always got to stalk folks on social media, right? You're known as the Feel Good Country Artist of the Year. That's pretty good. That's a really good kind of nickname or something to be called. I've been called worse than that, I'll tell you that. So that's something really nice to be called.
Our marketing team came up with that, and I was like, well, it does fit.
Yes.
Because I want all the fans.
Right.
I try not to be divisive. I want all of them.
Yeah.
Hey, if you like country music, I want to make you feel welcome.
Right. Right.
So I reach out to all the fans. I want them all.
And that's the wonderful thing about country music, the genre in itself. I feel like the country artists are the most fan-driven and appreciative of the folks that put you in that spot.
Yes.
I think some other folks kind of get a little big-headed and think that they're untouchable, but country music is known, and folks like yourself, that it's the people listening, the people buying the albums, coming to the shows, wearing your T-shirt, that put you in that spot.
Absolutely, and the best compliment I can get from someone is, you made me feel good tonight.
That's awesome.
You reminded me of a great story in my life, or you inspired me, or you gave me hope, or you gave me encouragement, because that's really what I try to do in my writing and my concerts. It's more than entertainment.
Right.
Certainly I'm there to entertain, but I want to make them feel good, like the feel good artist quote there.
Right. Well, it's one of those things that it's an escape for folks. We all have to worry about bills and drama and what's going on politically and socially.
Exactly.
Your music and your performances and your songs is an opportunity for an escape.
Absolutely.
That's
Let's just all have a good night of fun.
That's right.
That's my goal. Every concert and every song I write, and some of the songs are sad songs, but still it's all about entertaining and connecting with people. I wrote a song about the grieving process called Dying to Live, and I've had multiple people come up to me after the show saying, I can relate to that because I lost my husband, or I lost my brother, or I lost my father. And so stories like that just make it all worthwhile.
How special to be a moment of closure for folks during those times.